Okay, real quick, I'm going to go through this frame. This is a 6-cylinder YJ frame. It'll work on a 1987 to 1995. These are adaptable. I can't remember exactly how much you have to do. I don't think it's much for CJs, CJ7s. You have to do something in the rear of them for the fuel tank. But in case you need a CJ frame, they're pretty much identical. A lot of people do that if they can't find CJ. So basically, I used to just list my frames all as one style, which we basically get them down, strip them down to what it is now, and then we'd hit them with our Hotsy and put a good coat of Rust-Oleum on them. And we had great feedback, great reviews on them. The only thing some people were asking me is, hey, can we either just get a bare frame just as is, and then I'm gonna do something to it, line it, coat it, or can you offer some that are sandblasted and coated? So now I have everything. And this one I'm just gonna list as of now as a standard frame, strip frame, straight, rust free, of course, no problems or anything like that. And I'll go over it with you. It's dirty, it needs to be cleaned, and I can clean it up, hit it with the Hotsy and throw the Rust-Oleum on if that's something you decide, or if you decide you want it sandblasted, I can do that. But as is, it's just going to be sold like this, and anything extra or anything more would just be a little bit extra cost. So sandblasting and powder coating, we don't charge any extra other than just the materials and labor to do it. We have a shop that does it for us, so usually it's about $500 in addition. And then to have me just hit it with the Hotsy and throw some Rust-Oleum on it, which is just like a protected, and they look awesome. That's how we've been doing them. That's like $100 for just the time and materials to do that. So, or just as is, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So so I just want to, give you a good visual of it, just to show you there's no cancer in it whatsoever. There is definitely some discoloration on it, but nothing rust, like cancer rust wise, anything like that. Just some scaling where the metal has worn off and whatnot, and that's it for that. See, on these guys here, you can see they kind of indent here, and what happens is they tighten those well, I'll show you. These guys, they tighten these guys real tight on them, and they kind of do that, but that's it's all solid. That's a good area for these things usually to break and rust it. That's why I like to show that, emphasize that. So and all this you can just see is just a lot of just dirt, again, just grime. I haven't stripped or washed or anything like that, and I won't unless again you want me to do that. So this is the bottom, by the way, and I'll flip it over here in a minute. We'll do a top video as well, and just kind of go through them kind of quick, but not not super quick, just to kind of show you exactly what it is. And my time on frames, honestly, I put these things up and they usually sell within a couple days. 6 cylinders and 4 cylinders are different frames, so keep that in mind. You can change them, but you have to re-weld these mounts here, because the 4-cylinder mounts are actually further back than the shock towers are, and they do that to compensate for the length of the block. So I've been selling these things long enough, I know about every ins and outs. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And all the mounts and everything are in good shape. Some of the bushings I'm just leaving in them. You can pop those out. If they come out easy, I usually pull them out. If not, we don't mess with them. So, and again, it's straight. All my Jeeps come in actually intact. Most of them are running even. So we don't buy wrecked Jeeps or anything like that. And you see the discoloration here, but this is just, it's actually where the bump stop was, and the bump stop itself kind of was scaling underneath. So when I pulled that off, but you'd be surprised what some water will do, some hot water will do, and onto this thing. So so anyway, I think that takes care of my bottom frame side. I'll flip her over, take a look at the other video, and then if you have any questions, comments. I'm a one-man shop here, and I sell only Wrangler parts, a ton of them. So if you have any other Wrangler needs, definitely let me know. With that said, oh, and by the way, this bolt here and this bolt here are both broken off, so you'll have to drill those out, pull them out. They're all the way, you can get access from both sides on them. Again, I don't have the time to go through each and every one of these, so if they don't come the first time, I just cut them off and go to the next thing. And that's kind of what I was going to tell you, is like, since I'm a one-man shop, it's sometimes very difficult to get me on the phone, and I apologize about that. I'm going to try to make just a day where I just answer phone calls, because I get hundreds of calls on occasion, and I just can't answer them. So best way to get a hold of me, honestly, is email. I can answer you back, give you prices, whatever you're looking for. Shipping these frames are not that expensive. We have a really big order going out here middle of May. It's actually leaving around the 20th of May, and we have like 4 tubs going and then like 6 frames going. It's all going East Coast as far as New Hampshire, Massachusetts. So if you're along that route at all, it's definitely going to be cheaper for you to ship. Now, I think along that route I can get shipping down $200-300, depending on how far out you are and whatnot. And then if you wait, usually shipping's about $500 on a frame or a tub. Sometimes less, just depends on who's going in that area. So anyway, emailing is the best way to get a hold of me. Texting is fine too. Cell phone is 720-987-8772, and you can call me. Just know that it sometimes takes me a little while, although I try to go through my voicemails and prioritize as I go. So yeah, I think that's it. My name is Jeremy, and this is Highline 4x4. I've been out of town, so my feedback's kind of suffered a little bit. I had my sister doing some shipping for me, and she's awesome. She's a great person, but unfortunately, she tried as best she could, and unfortunately, there was a couple customers that suffered in some shipping times and got and whatnot. So it's my responsibility. So that's not going to happen anymore. I'm back in Denver for good now, and whatnot. So but anyway, I appreciate you taking a look at my video.